Is it healthy to have an ego inside of Counter-Strike? This is a question a lot of players have been asking themselves, and it's been a very hot topic in the community recently. So I wanted to make a video talking about my experience with ego and how I feel about the subject and if it's good or bad for us, and we'll get into a whole lot of it. But first, I have a message from the sponsor of today's video. SkinSwap is the sponsor of today's video. They are also kind enough to sponsor you with a free bonus by clicking on the link in the description. SkinSwap is the ultimate place for Counter-Strike 2 and Rust skins with a massive trading inventory in a top tier marketplace offering the most competitive rates out there. The best part is that you can earn an insane 40% deposit bonus when you use the link in the description. Combine that with the top of the line selling feature, including multiple different cash out methods, and their trading feature, which takes under a minute, and there is absolutely no reason to not sign up with the link in the description. All right, shout out to SkinSwap. They're awesome. Great team of people. So let's talk about ego inside of esports and Counter-Strike specifically. So like I said, I think it's definitely important to have an ego. And a lot of people don't understand that there's a difference between having a good ego and a bad ego, right? If you have no ego when you're playing, you're probably not going to make it far because you don't have the confidence in yourself and your own abilities to make it in hard games and in really competitive scene, right? If you have no ego, it's not going to fuel you and drive you to become a beast, become the best player possible, right? Because you know, a lot of people have confidence issues, right? And that's one of the biggest reasons people trick themselves into thinking that they can't make it, is because they get rattled and shaken when adversity starts to be thrown in their face, right? They give up because they're not the best player. They can't take the pressure. They can't deal with the heat. So they just crack and they're unable to get past that stage, right? Now, don't get me wrong. There is bad ego inside of Counter-Strike and esports, right? Bad ego comes when you think you're so good that nobody else deserves to be in your lobby, that you know you don't have time for anybody else, that everyone just sucks and you're at the next level, right? And this is something I can't stand, and I think it's very important that it doesn't matter what level somebody is at, right? If you are, say you're an ECL player, right? You're a high level player, a professional player, and an open player approaches you kindly, an intermediate player, someone who doesn't even play the game, and they're really trying to learn from you or, you know, connect with you. The difference between having an unhealthy ego is you're gonna just be like, bro, I don't have time for these people. Who cares about them? But bro, like, it's just so stupid to me when I see players act like this and they think they're too good for other people because of their rank inside of a video game or something like that. And that's the ego that is really harmful and damaging to the community, because I'm sure a lot of you have had experiences with these people that think they're too good for conversation, too good to play in your game, too good for you, right? And they're just so insufferable, right? You make one mistake and they're just screaming at you and telling you how bad you are and how they'd never do that. And this ego is just harmful in many ways. Not only is it harmful, you know, in these random pugs and games, but these players then get into a league and team environment and they're just so hard to play with because they can't take criticism. They can't understand that they could be doing something wrong or that they're hurting their teammates by doing something. And these players are absolutely the worst type of people to have in your team, in your lobby, and it's just a nightmare to play with them. So try to do your best when you're playing and, you know, trying to look at the game that, yes, it's good to have an ego. You should think that you're good. And I think you should think you're the best player in the lobby, you know, whether it's true or not. You know, always have confidence in yourself to make the shot, win the clutch, just do the impossible, because if you don't have that ego, it's never going to happen. But just make sure you don't have the ego where it becomes toxic and negative to other people and you come across as selfish and rude, right? So it's a fine balance to have, and honestly, you might cross that line on accident a few times because you're so confident in yourself, you're feeling yourself so much that it bleeds over into that. So just do your best to make sure that doesn't happen, and trust me, you're going to be set. You're going to be so good in this game, and your future is great. So it's very encouraging, but just keep that in mind as you're playing and you'll become a much better player. Make sure to check out my channel for tons of tips and tricks that you're going to become you're going to rank up, you're going to become a better player by watching these videos and getting better. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you all later. Peace out.